Hi, Lisa. Andy Cutler. Just finished watching your video. Considering your question at the end about instilling hope. As believers, we should be readily, uh, we should be prepared to answer that question. One would think readily and easily, but what happens when the person in front of you is not a believer, does not have the hope of Christ in their lives? It certainly does change the the way that you approach that. This week, I found myself as being the counseling or psychology person in our congregation. People turning to me for advice or solutions or answers to issues. My my sister-in-law's cousin or is acting like they're schizophrenic or something. I mean, how do I do this? Or this person's threatening, bodily harm to other people and all these other things. And what do I do? And how do I go about having such a person committed? And, are there options? Are there things that we can do about that? But instilling hope is something that I think we should be able to do without a lot of effort or being over the top or even trying to force feed the gospel. And what I mean by that, I think, anyway, is um, myself as just an example. Um, my right elbow, I have a tattoo. It's guys two ribbons on it, and it says "Live through this," and it's for awareness and prevention of suicide. I lost both my brothers to suicide, and I also have survived one failed suicide attempt of my own. Um, as I look back on that and the hopelessness that goes with that, excuse me, I find that sometimes just our life experience from that point forward is something that gives hope. That since then, I've gotten treatment. I see a psychiatrist. I take medication. I am in therapy. I'm being helped. I'm getting myself acclimated to life differently than I did before. Um, I personally do have hope that life is getting better. Um, I never would have thought years ago that I'd be sitting here as a graduate student on the way to becoming a licensed professional. I've been involved in the practice of Christian biblical pastoral counseling previously, and I certainly have been used of God, I believe anyway, to shape and change the lives of others, which gives me hope that He has to be changing my life and shaping my life in order to use me to do the same in the hearts and lives of other people. But I think the greatest hope that we have is when we can get past our fears and inhibitions, when we can quell our own anxieties and see those aha moments in the eyes of people in front of us when they get it, when they say, yeah, that's really great. I can see that now. There is hope that you got through that, you got past that, and you speak from a position of experience where you know firsthand that there is hope. There is reason to rejoice. There's a reason to live. There's a reason to be happy. There's a reason to be joyful. And because you live your life for Jesus Christ, I think you know what that hope is, what it looks like, what it feels like, what it sounds like, what it acts like. So I would hold that out if that helps to answer your question. And I would pray that you would find ways to hold that out to others that you encounter as a helper in any capacity, whether it's as a counselor or some other form of practitioner or just the nice lady that I sit next to in church every Sunday. Regardless, that you can offer the hope of Christ in ways that you can offer the hope of Christ as hope in ways that other other helpers might not be able to. I would encourage you to continue to offer that to people that you know. I would also hope and pray that you you can show it because you've experienced that hope. Excuse me, if that makes any sense at all. Um, that you've experienced the hope of Christ and therefore it exudes your person, and others would see it, know it, feel it, sense it, and be able to acquire and live the same hope that you have. I would love to know more about where you're going with this and how God's working this out in your life and how God's working this out in the lives of other people that you've encountered. If you get a chance, I would love to hear from you. I'd like to know more about what God's doing in your life. Um, you can reply to my post, or if you have the time and the grace, an email, acutler@liberty.edu. I'd love to hear from you either way, if you can. If not, I mean, I know as grad students, we're all busy people. If you can, great. If not, I'll I'll continue to pray and hope that you find the answers that you're looking for, that you might be able to pass those on to others, that they too might know the hope of Christ as you do. Thanks for sharing that with me. I really do appreciate it. I'll be in touch, I guess. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.